guys, welcome back. The primer did not show up today, but that's a good thing because it kind of keeps raining on and off. So hopefully tomorrow afternoon will be a little bit better. I want to pull this monitor out and take a look at the neck board and see if that is causing the green not to work. Kind of need to pull it out and still have it connected. So I don't know how long the wires are or anything like that. Obviously I haven't gotten into taking this apart or not. And I picked up another couple tubes of that glazing filler that I use by U-Pull from O'Reilly Auto Parts. It went up $4 a tube now, so it's now $24 a tube now. Used to be 19 something. But this is what I use. O'Reilly Auto Parts sells it. I don't know if you can find it online or not. I'd imagine you probably could. Might be a little bit more expensive than just going to O'Reilly Auto Parts. But bought 2 more tubes because there's going to be some minor nicks and scratches, I'm sure, after I primer the Spy Hunter sit down. So let's get into working on this a little bit. I need to be starting to work on the Spy Hunter parts as well. So we're going to be doing that this week too. And still haven't gotten on the pickup truck because it kind of frustrated me, but I am going to actually sand on it tonight. Oh, and I picked up something for the shop in the future if I ever finish it one of these days. I'll show it to you in a little bit. It's still in the back of my van. I need to unload it. But let's see if we can unbolt this monitor here. Tiny little screws holding it in. No. I thought there was another wire on it. I believe the top of the screen is supposed to be like a yellowish greenish color, and it's reddish pink right now. Is it all that's holding this guy in? Yeah, I think so. Trying to find somewhere to grab the thing. So we have wires right here holding it down. This white and gray wire. Let's take this I don't know what this wire is. We're gonna have to unplug it for now. These wires go to here, which are connected to the monitor. Kind of would be nice if I could just kind of bring it up, but that's kind of in the way. There's really no real good way to grab this thing. Careful of that neck board. Okay, man, this thing is huge. Let me grab a stool. Maybe we could set it on a stool. Crap. My fingers are stuck. Grab this stool right here. Maybe we could set it on that. And hopefully these wires will be long enough that we can maybe plug this thing back in. What else sucks is the PCB you gotta be careful. Set it down on something metal and arc it out. So yeah, there's a lot of wire right here, all balled up right here, so we can technically undo the zip ties and plug that back in, and then we just need to plug that other wire in that I unplugged, this one, which I don't even know what that does. I wonder if that's for the degaussing coil or something. Looks like it. Yep, that's what that is. So that technically probably doesn't need to be plugged in, but yeah, this is some odd monitor. I don't really know what it is. No clue. It is a 9-pin neck. She is filthy. Man, does this thing need a bath. Holy shit. I'm gonna grab the blowgun. Maybe we can blow some of the dust off of it at least. Run better just from not having all that dirt on it. I'm not gonna have to wash it. It all blew right off. I'll probably wipe it down with like Windex or something eventually, but so we have 3 transistors here. One here, and one here. Now that should be red, green, and blue. So one of those 3 is more than likely going to be the culprit, and they are 1507. I don't know if I have any of those. This is our red, green, blue pots. Actually, it's got a red wire, a blue wire, and a green wire, so that's kind of good. So that means that this, man, they don't give you shit for, they got all these wires so tied up in here. Trying to see if I can tell which pot is which, and then we got 3 pots over here as well. If I were to guess, it'd go red, green, blue. I'm sorry, no. Red, blue, green. So I think VR902, I think, is green. That comes over to here. Jumps over to there. Trying to see if I can tell where it goes to. Okay, you know what? This says TR901. Okay, over here, this is labeled VR901. Then right here is labeled VR903. Right here, this is labeled TR903. And then this last one, which I believe is the green, is labeled VR902. And right here is labeled TR902. So I'm going to say that's the green transistor right there. Process of elimination. That would be my guess. We can grab a multimeter and see if see what it does. I still got to switch multimeters. Just haven't had a chance. So we got collector, emitter, and base. So let's try putting the ground on the collector. First, let's make sure this thing beeps. Make sure we're in the right area here. 5.72. Okay, now we're going to check the next one over to see what it reads. That one's stopping at 870. This one is at 1029, but let's see what this last one's at. This one's definitely a reading. Well, let's see if I put the black on emitter and the red on base, 5.81. Seems like that's the same as the other two. Yeah, that might not be the problem. If I put black on collector, red on base, 566. Let's put black on collector, red on base on the other one, 59. 572. Okay, those all are within range of each other, I would say. Let's put black on collector and red on emitter. This one's reading 10.25 or 1025. Let's put, let's see what this one is. $8.59. I mean, the green is measuring different than the other two, but I don't know. I mean, these are all 5.6K. I wonder if this is for red, green, and blue. These resistors, they very well could be. 5.6K. See if we could test them on the board or not. Yep, 5.61. $5.58. $5.61. So I'm going to say those are good. We could turn the monitor on and mess with the color pots and just see if for some reason that does anything. So we need to hook up this, which is, that's weird. Is that considered the ground or the degaussing wand? Or the degauss, looks like a degaussing circuit on the neck board. Okay. That is freaking disgusting in there. I'll have to get you, I'll get you in on that. I bet you we blow that out and it'll all come out. So we're gonna have to cut a couple zip ties and just re-zip tie it back up afterwards. And I'm not going to worry about that degaussing circuit thing there. We're just going to leave that unplugged. I don't think that's going to be an issue. All right, now I got to try not to zap myself because everything is exposed in this thing. Yeah, it's not long enough. All right, let's turn it on. Got neck glow. All right, there we go. Let's mess with the green pot, see if it does anything. Nothing on that pot. Let's try what I think is the blue pot. Yep, that's definitely the blue. And this should be red. Okay, so I wonder if the other three pots are like the red, green, blue cutoff or something. That's doing nothing, so I'm going to say that's associated with the green. Let's try this middle one here, if I can get to it without shocking the shit out of myself. That's blue. So I think it goes red, blue, green, green, blue, red. And what's this? Brightness maybe? Yes. All right, so that's brightness. So yes, we have no green. The green you see right there, that is just a product of degaussing. That is just typical of that. So we have no green. So I could go in the house and see if I have looked like I just saw green there when it powered off. Maybe the green is because of the boards. Because I don't know if you guys clearly saw that. There was definitely green on the monitor. But let's see if it does that again. All right, I'm gonna turn it off and watch right here. See how it went down and it showed green and everything for a split second? Dude, what the hell's that? That's Teddy. That's my fuzz buddy, Teddy. Where do the monitor wires, what board? I know, like I said, I know that this top board is sound. This is the ROM board. I don't know what this is, if this is the video board, but I also don't know what the board is that the harness plugs into. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Doesn't say, it's not labeled. I don't think any of the, yeah, it has been messed with right here. Somebody replaced a chip right here. Oh no, that's this. I wonder if somebody messed with that because that definitely looks different than everything else. I wonder if somebody messed with the dip switches or something at one point. pretty positive these are sound pots. Maybe one's for certain noises and one's for the other. I'm not sure. So this is a soundboard. So I don't know where the video is generated at. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with this at all. Actually, I'm not familiar with it at all. I'm gonna say it's one of those other two boards. Maybe the first board that plugs in would be my guess. Well, I mean, we can change the transistor. We can take it out of here. I can see if I have one. I don't know that I'm gonna have one, but we can see if maybe I can cross-reference another one that would work in its place. Monitor wires are about here on this plug. No, I'm going to say that the monitor colors are right here, right about there. And those to me look like they come through here, down here, and go right out of this card. Which means it's got to be that one. But what are these three pots on here? VR1, 2, and 3. Wonder what those pots actually do. Grab my desoldering iron. We'll take that one transistor out and just see what it does. I mean, if I have one or not, we'll just try swapping it and see. I'm starting to think that's not the problem, but also we should probably check to see if there's -5 volts. I don't know if this sound works on -5 volts, -12 volts. If it needs negative, I would imagine it does, because that was very common on games back then. No, I did not discharge the monitor. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, nice. Look at that. Frickin' whole heat sink is falling off. Nice. It's basically just held on by the transistor. Interesting. So, in theory, we could just unsolder the transistor and take the heat sink with it. I'm getting nothing on this one leg. Maybe it is bad. I'm not getting anything on that one leg. But the other leg I'm getting a reading. So it's a good possibility that could be bad. So let me go see if I have one of these guys. A C1507. There's got to be a something equivalent to that I could use, but I have no idea what I have. I have to go find out. So I will be back. Like that. Okay, I actually had one. I actually had a 1507. Now, I ended up getting it to read on two different legs. And they're both reading about the same, the old and the new, okay? The new is reading a little higher than the old one. But, you know, let's just swap in a new one just to see, because you never know. Could this fail under load? Maybe. I don't know. So why not throw it in there, see what happens. And then I'm going to give you guys a secret, okay, to how I'm always hyper and I get so much done. I inject thermal paste right into my veins. Just kidding. I'm joking. It's a joke, guys. Somebody's going to comment like, "You're an idiot. Why would you do that?" But it does kind of look like I'm shooting up. I don't know that I don't think this is going to be the problem, but you don't know unless you try, really, you know. And then you drop the screw. Because that's a fun thing to do. Maybe the volume pot's bad. Might have went a little overkill on the thermal paste. I am supposed to be picking up TV tomorrow for free. 19-inch TV right by where I'm working. I might still be here in the morning trying to get this screw back in. Oh my God. Got it. Oh shit, I need solder. It's over there. Yeah. Guys, if you ever need big spools of solder, Harbor Freight. like 20 bucks. And this big spool lasts a long time. I don't have my desoldering iron out here, or gun out here, so we have to kind of do this the old-fashioned way. Hold the transistor in the holes. Could they give me any less room to work? All right. You know what? It's reading way better than the other one was. Yeah. The other one was reading over 10. This is at 956. Let's just double check it to the one next to it. Yeah, I mean, let's plug her in. See if it's any different. I don't think it did anything. It was worth a shot. But there are resistors next to each color pot. So maybe we got a blown resistor. While it's turned on, let's check some voltages on the power supply. I think that's DC. Wire clip. So 12 volts is the top one. AC in. I think this one's ground. So we have ground right here. 11.5, negative 4.9. So it works off of negative 5. So it's only using plus 12 and negative 5. There is no 5 volt. Is there 5 volts? Maybe there is. Maybe it's right here. Yep, 4.9. So we got 4.9, 11.5, and negative 4.9. So we are getting negative voltage out of the power supply. We could see if possibly the potentiometer is bad on the sound. But first, let's turn it back off. Let me go back on the monitor here and see. Wonder if I could check any of those resistors while they're on the board or not. We could try. So there is looks like a red, green, and a blue resistor. Now I don't know what size they are or anything like that, so we might have to okay, they all have the same reading. Sub video board. There's 3 pots on this as well. And there's little transistors right here as well too. 1, 2, 3. TR102, TR105, TR109. That one reads fine. That one reads fine. That one reads fine. All right. I'm gonna have to discharge the monitor and take that board off. All right, there was no, it must discharge itself or something, or I don't know, nothing really came out. No sparky. Still gonna stay away from that. I don't feel like getting shocked tonight. Turn my fan on, it's hot in here. Okay, so we have blue, green, come off, and red. They're actually labeled R, G, and a B. Check the rest of these transistors. There's a lot of them on here. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 of them. I have checked the top 3 so far. I just couldn't reach the other ones with them, with this board on there. Looking at solder joints, everything looks really good actually. A little dirty, but not horrible. Can't believe how much that dust actually came off of this thing. It's pretty impressive. I wonder if these are all, this section right here is the green section. Kind of looks like that. This looks like the blue section. This looks like the red section. It kind of almost looks perfectly sectioned off by the components. So maybe we should be concentrating on the center here. Okay, these are both the same transistors. Let's check them. This one's reading different than this one. This one seems, you know what? Switch it here. This one leg on this one doesn't seem to want to do anything. And this would be in that green section. I don't know that I'm going to have one of these. It's a C945. That's very unlikely I'd have something like that. Let's check it to this one here. See, this is getting a reading here. And then I come over to this one with my red on base and E on, I'm getting nothing. But I'm getting it out of this one. So what's the possibility of that being bad there? Could that be our green issue right there? No. Oh. As I break the neck board, still good. I think this is dead. I'm getting no readings out of any legs. So now I'm going to go see if I have one of these guys. C945. Okay, the interweb says I can replace it with a C3904. There's actually several different ones you can replace it with. And that is one that you can. So, stick this guy in. Now, let me do a reading on it, see if we get a reading off it. Yep, now we have an accurate reading off of both legs. So let's put it back together, see if we get anything. The reason why I discharged the monitor when I got to this board is, you know, we're getting around this area, like I don't know if there's going to be any sort of a charge anywhere, and if I were to take this board off and it hit against a piece of metal and I spark something and screw something else up, then I got to deal with trying to fix that. So it is always best to do it no matter what you do. Should you technically do it when you take the neck board off? Yeah. Okay. Come on, green. Work. Still nothing? Really? That blows. Probably should have checked the rest of the transistors. Thought for sure that would be it. Oh, that sucks. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a cover. Oh, I see what it is. The width coil. Weird how that is. Still works. Go figure. Well, damn it. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera for a few. Continue looking around for a little bit, see if I find anything else that could possibly be messed up. Now, if it's a board issue, you know, it also could have been this issue as well, you know what I mean? This could have been blown out as well, but who knows, we'll see. Okay, I found a second bad transistor. I just changed it. Now we need to turn up the green pot on that secondary board. Carefully. Anything? Yep, we're getting green. See that? Now we are horribly out of focus. I don't know if the green's up too high. There we go, we got green writing. Green's too high, it's bleeding through. You can see it bleeding down the numbers. I don't know what these do because the writing's in Chinese. So I can't tell you what it says. So all I can do is play with them and see what they do. Okay, our focus is off. Is there a focus pot on the flyback? Yes, there is. There it is. Hell yeah. Now we got nice sharp color or writing you can read now. Still got green bleeding through. Green's still too high. There we go. So what was happening is, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but if you see, the more I crank that green, it comes out of this straight line and starts bleeding into the black screen. So you just take it back to about there. And we know that we have green because we have a green ship right here. We definitely have some degaussing to do. Let's work on the red a little bit. I think the red's too high. There is another way to check red and stuff too. Let's turn up the screen for a second. Just want to look at it. Turn up the brightness. And it's pretty blue, you know, purple. Let's take our blue down a little bit and see what that does. Wrong way. So take our blue down a little bit. Take our red down a little bit. Let's take our brightness back down. Let's turn our lights out in here and see what it looks like in the dark. Lower the tripod down a little bit. I think don't know if the black or the background is too blue. Or is that how it's supposed to look? That I don't really know. But, so basically, this monitor I fixed with zero looking anything up on the internet. I didn't look up any sort of manual or anything like that. I just went off of just testing random components and just kind of, you know, figuring it out. So now I gotta try to adjust these colors a little bit more without zapping myself. See, that red is too high. So let's lower it down. And that looks a little better. The background looks a little better. We might be able to get a little bit more green out of it. I'm gonna grab the wrong thing and probably shock the shit out of myself, literally. I need to mess with those other pots. I need a light. We got no lights. Can't see. It's nice to adjust these things with the lights out in here. We're damn close though. All right. My neighbors are probably like looking in my windows like, what's that idiot doing out there? He's weird. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. A little bit degaussing right there we need to do, and that'll fix that up. But I am very happy with that. So, the more and more I'm fixing this thing, the more I want to keep it, but I don't have anywhere to put it. Put it in the living room. Let me turn the lights back on. We're not going to mess with the sound tonight because let's take one win at a time. Let's not try to do too much in one night. That makes any sense. We had a win. We got the monitor working. So next step, I think we're going to start with the potentiometer, to be honest with you guys. I really think that that could be the problem. I mean, it's worth a shot. That discoloration looks worse with the lights on. But we might as well start there. I mean, it's probably a logical place to start. You know, that's a spinning knob under there. Could it have gotten kicked 800 times? Probably. You know, I don't know. It'd be badass if I can change that and get sound to work. But yeah, I got to show you the filth in here. This is bad. Look at that. Let's try blowing it out real quick. And then I'm going to grab that what I picked up today out of my van and show it to you guys. I thought it was cool. I'm going to turn this off because I don't want to be blowing a bunch of air with the game on. Oh boy. Oh Jesus. I'm putting a mask on. Luckily there's no like mouse turds or anything in here. Oh, I just broke half of my mask. Uh-oh. I just blew the screws off of there. Oh, no, I didn't. Just a little compressed air makes a huge difference, guys. Look at that. This stuff we gotta wipe out. Oh no, it's rust. It's a metal pan. Yeah, look at how clean that is now. I'll probably just do it one more time before I put the monitor back in. I don't think I'm gonna screw with it. I'm just gonna clean it out. All right, I'm gonna grab that thing out of my van, and we're gonna call this video good. I'm happy with where the progress is on it. So next progress is I should have left my mask on a little longer, is we're gonna see about hopefully getting the sound to work, and then after we get the sound working, then we will see if we can polish the glass up. So give me a minute here, I'll be right back. All right, I picked this up on my way home from work today. It was 20 minutes from my house. Guy wanted 30 bucks for it, I gave him 20 bucks. If you don't know what it is, this is a rack that holds vacuum hoses for cars up here, and then your regular radiator hoses or heater hoses and stuff on the bottom. When I finish my back shop, I actually have spools of all the hose sizes and everything, and they're on the rack back there in my back room, and I'm actually going to use this again as what it was intended for. We're going to put the spools in here and have the hoses hanging out like they're supposed to. Oh, came with a muffler clamp. I didn't even open it. Nice. But 20 bucks. I think it's pretty damn cool. Am I going to do anything to it? No, I'm leaving it as the way it is. The way it looks is how it's going to stay. That's how that whole back building is going to be, is just rustic stuff. And for $20 to get something with a Goodyear advertising, I think it's worth it. I don't even think I'm even going to try cleaning it. You know, look, white paint's coming off, so we're just going to leave it as is, not mess with it. So, still has all the labels on the sizes and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this video. And tomorrow night, we're going to see if maybe we can get lucky on the sound. I don't know, but it would be nice if it was just that volume pot. I would really love it if it was just that. But we'll see what happens. We'll probably touch up this black on each side because it is kind of nicked up and missing. And not missing, but paint's missing and stuff. So we'll probably repaint those when we fix up the glass. I get a little nervous polishing glass. I've never actually used an automotive glass polishing kit before, but I'm going to buy one. And it's got these different buffing pads and abrasive. Somebody said try Novus, which that's a good idea. Novus is a good idea, but unfortunately, I can feel some of the scratches with my fingernail, and I just don't think that stuff's going to be powerful enough to do anything. But I'm going to buy a kit, and we're going to try it and see how good we can get it to look. The rest of the cabinet's in extremely good shape, just needs a really good washing. We can take the chrome at the bottom of the legs, and we could just SOS pad them clean, and then the black legs, we can just maybe touch them up with a little bit of black spray paint. This thing's going to look like $1 million, really. It's going to be nice and clean and raring to go. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I am going to call it a night, and we are going to get back on this tomorrow, and we are going to primer the Spy Hunter tomorrow. So it's going to be 2 videos. As soon as I get home tomorrow, as long as it's not raining, we're going to get the Spy Hunter outside. We're going to spray 3 to 4 coats of primer on that, and then we're going to work on the sound on this. So thanks everybody for watching. Please leave comments, questions, whatever you want. I always answer everybody. If it's something that doesn't need an answer, I'll at least hit the heart button and the thumbs up or whatever that is, the like. And just so you guys know, I do see them and I do read them. So I appreciate everybody, and I will see you guys later. Have a good night.